अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So what we were seeing basically is that moksha is not karma phalam. Okay, it is not a result of an action. For that, elaborately he handled utpadyam, vikaryam, apyam. All that he had. Samskaram you are doing. He is spending more time on samskaryam compared to others because utpadyam etc. easier to understand. Samskaryam is spending more time because of religious implications. There are certain religious samskaras. Yeah. In fact, every Hindu is supposed to go through some 16 samskaras minimum, starting from birth, before birth actually, to death, where others do the samskara only. Birth also others do the samskara. Yeah. So, because you're supposed to do all that, there is he spends more time there. Okay, with that. So let us look at that. In 131 or something it is, if I'm not mistaken.
We had gone to 132.
32, yeah.
Second last line.
Napi samskaryo moksha yena vyaparam apekshate. A statement of intention. Okay, that samskaryam is not moksha. Moksha is not the phalam of a purification, any time of purification. Okay, yena vyaparam apekshate, because any type of purification will depend upon a vyapara, a karma. He says this is not karma phalam. Samskaro hi nama samskarasya guna adhena va dosha apanenena va. How will you do a samskara? Either by adding something or removing something. Okay, like he says tavat guna adhena sambhavati anadheti. Okay, how will you, what is an example for guna adhana? Adding something. Simple.
Red color.
चाय पियो ना सुबह सुबह. थोड़ा मसाला भी डाल दो उसके अंदर. हाँ गुना दे. संस्कार it becomes even better ना. Simple. That's samskara. Tea is tea, but now it has been purified. It has been made better. Okay. Or okay. This is not possible. Why? Anadheti atisha brahma sarupa mokshasya. Brahma sarupatvat mokshasya. What is moksha? Brahma sarupa. What can you add to Brahman? Even if you don't understand much, by its very definition it's limitless. So in limitlessness, what can you add? There is nothing to add as far as limitless Brahman is concerned. Since there is nothing to be added, you cannot add something to say you are making it better. Samskara. Napi dosha apanayane. Or removing some dosha. I am purifying. I am mined gold. But now it's got a lot of impurities. So I melt it down by the process of purification. Why? You are negating certain things from it. Okay? He says that's also not possible. Why? Nitya Shuddha Brahma Sarupatvad Mokshasya. Nitya Shuddha Sarupaha Brahman. Brahman is already defined as Nitya Shuddha. So what are you going to purify it further? It is never contaminated by anything. Since it's never contaminated by anything, why? Because there is nothing other than it. If you are talking about Brahman as Advaitam, what is there other than it to contaminate it? Therefore, Nitya Shuddhatva no mokshasya. Then he says, Swatma dharma eva san tirobhuta mokshaha kriyatmani samskaryamanaha api vyanjate. Even though it is there, you can do some purification. Like how yatha adarshe nirdhushna kriyaya samskaramane Bhaswaratvam dharma iti chet. Look at it. There is a mirror. Mirror is supposed to reflect my face. That's the nature of the mirror. But now it's covered by dust, etc. So polish it a bit. होता है ना ऐसा? You also do, na? Antakarna shuddhi, etc. Therefore, why not samskarya moksha? In the pure mind, Atma is reflected better. Yeah, mind purification is possible. We are talking about Atma purification. Mind purification is not moksha. Antakarna shuddhi, raga, dvesha, etc. All I got rid of completely. But then what? We make one who that still is there. Yeah. Antakarna shuddhi is not a guarantee of moksha. Antakarna shuddhi is there, but no jnanam. Very good mind. You are humble, simple, humble people. That's all. You know the simple, humble. That's it. और कुछ नहीं होता है. Yeah. In fact, generally good for nothing ऐसा हो जाएगा. It's like one of my guru friends went to talk to some RSS group. They all felt. She herself came and told me afterwards. No, they feel I'm too mild. I said, yeah, you are. RSS people want hosh, that is true. थोड़ा होश कमी है as far as spiritual knowledge is concerned. But it has to be packaged with a lot of josh. That's how they are. What do you do? Anyway. So, if just because you have antakarna shuddhi doesn't guarantee that moksha is there. Is it conducive for moksha? Yes, definitely. No doubt about it. But moksha is jnana. Whereas by purifying your mind, you are not going to gain moksha.
So, Swami, across temples also, no, and a lot of Hindu, Jainism, Buddhism, everywhere, you know, this Pandits also, they say, yeah, आपकी आत्मा की शुद्धि के लिए.
Yeah.
It's used very colloquially and very loosely everywhere.
We come to
they
that.
use आत्मा शुद्धि, आत्मा शुद्धि.
That religious thing is coming.
Even the मंदिर में भी वो लोग बोलते हैं इसको पियो.
There, Atma Shuddhi is Jiva Shuddhi. For the Jiva it is. Yeah. Now look at it more here. Adarnati chet na. Why? Kriya ashrayattvena anupapattehi atmanaha. No type of purification is possible because no kriya apatti. No kriya apatti. Okay. When you say no kriya apatti, you have to look at it in two ways. Is the kriya atma ashraya or anya ashraya? The kriya that you are going to do, is it based in the atma or is it based on something else? If it is based in the atma, you are saying atma is karta. Correct? Or it is undergoing some modification. That we already discussed in Vikarya. Or it has to be anya ashraya. Based on something else. Something else is not there only. Then what are you talking about? Yeah. And something else is not there, number one. Ardhanga, let something be there. Ardhangikara. But Atma is not an ashraya karma. It is not karta bhokta. For it to be purified, it has to be the receiving end of an action. That means bhoktrutvam is there. Neither kartrutvam is there, nor bhoktrutvam is there. Therefore, na kriya apekshate. Okay. Kriya samskaram. Okay. Kriya ashrayatva anupapatti atmana. Yad ashraya kriya tam vikkarutim naiva atmanam labhate. This is the first argument. Swa ashraya karma. Swa ashraya karma cannot be because there is no vikaryam in the atma. यदि आत्मा स्व अक्षर क्रिया विकार्यते अनित्यत्वम आत्मनः प्रसज्य. If it is atma ashraya karma, the first option, then it will become Vikaryam. If it is Vikaryam, moksha is Anityam then. And one thing, if moksha is to be moksha, you can't afford to be Anityam. Why? Because today you are free, tomorrow you are bound again. Yesterday I was free, bound, today I became free. What guarantee is there that tomorrow you won't be bound again? Yeah, this can happen all the time. Yeah. Okay. So Ashaya, Anityatvam Atmaha Prasayate. Avikaryo Ayam Achyuta iti Chaivam Adinam Vakyani Bhadyaran. That is being negated by what? All these Vakyas. Avikaryo Yam, etc. Okay. Tacha Anishtam. You can't have falsification of these Vakyas. That is Anishtam. Tasmad na swashraya kriya atmani sambhavati. Therefore, there is no Atma Ashraya Kriya. No Kriya happening in the Atma itself. Anashrayastu Kriyaya Avishayatvat na Tayam Atmaha Samkriyate. Anyashrayatvat. If the Kriya is Anyashraya, as we said before, Atma is not an object of an action. If it's not an object of an action, there cannot be any Kriya possible.
But sir, because of Atma only we are...
Other actions are there.
We
Exactly.
are alive and...
Therefore, that cannot be an object of an action. In short, Atma is not Karta Bhokta. Yeah. Cannot do anything. It is not the receiving end of an action. Bhoktrutvam. Bhoktrutvam is not just enjoyment. That is the way of presenting it. Meaning receiving any action. Yeah. Na hanyate na hantaram. Gita. Same thing is said. Okay. Either way, it is not the open to action. Okay. It's simple. This section is quite simple that way. Now, your religious actions. Yeah.
Why it is difficult for people to understand limitlessness? Is it because of lack of creativity or something else?
Yeah. See, limitlessness, two things. Why it's difficult to understand. One, really speaking, it is unknown. You don't really know what limitless is. Why? All our experience is about limitations. But some sort of understanding is there because, see the space, etc. So some sort of understanding is, conceptualization at least is possible. Which is good because that becomes the basis for further build-up. You have to break that concept, but now the question is, I have to understand I am limitless. To understand I am limitless is difficult because every action of, every experience of mine rams home my finitude. Simple thing, I want to come here on time, there's a traffic jam. But with something simple as that, with something as simple as that, it gets a problem, no? I get stuck right there. Yeah. Train is late, this is late. Yeah. Right there, rickshaw nahi mil raha. Yeah. So even small experiences, forget all the big experiences. Even small tiny experiences day to day, it rams home your finitude. Yeah, rams home your finitude. Yeah. Therefore, since every experience is highlighting my finitude, and why? Fundamentally, because I have taken myself to be body and mind. That adhyaropa is a problem for the whole thing. But that is a fact of experience. Because it's a fact of experience, it becomes more difficult to understand.
But if we focus more on understanding limitless as a concept, all these arguments fall flat.
Falls flat, exactly.
There is no need
Exactly.
of this discussion.
Even a conceptual understanding,
Exactly.
you can negate these arguments, correct?
But Swamiji, this limitless word is like in US we had gone to this museum. So there was a huge dome. and there was a show of the universe and the galaxies and
it looks limitless.
So it is so huge that to accept that you are the basis of that limitlessness is not, it's for a human mind is very difficult. No, I mean, how can I be the
So when you
so
go
many
there,
stars and galaxies and planets and
in fact,
it's mesmerizing.
when I teach the Gita 11th chapter, I tell people, go to the planetarium. Bombay Nehru Planetarium. There also they have something similar. May not be that refined or that well done, but they have a simpler version. Go. Have experience that vastness. This is Ishvara. And Ishvara includes me. It's a beautiful experience to have. This is Ishvara and I am part of the whole thing. And as I am consciousness, I am the basis for the whole thing. Do that. It's a modern form of meditation. Olden days also it was done. Go in the vastness of the ocean. Okay. In fact, every evening that was my meditation. When in 76, when I had to make a voyage for the government, I had to leave the ashram for 6 months and go on this voyage. So every evening this was my meditation. The vastness of the ocean, nothing there. The sound of the engine in the background because you close the door. Soundproof doors. Then, or that's why people went in yatra, mountain tops, etc. Why? The whole expanse you see. So there are two reactions that can come up. Oh my God, the world is so fast and I am so small. That is natural reaction, okay, based on a human being. Now, in that, world is so vast, I introduce Vedanta. It is all Ishvara. It includes me. Then make that shift. Okay? Make that shift to the knowledge. As existence, consciousness, I am the basis for the whole thing. It becomes Nididhyasana. So who said in a modern planetarium you can't do Nididhyasana?
So it includes me, that is okay. Up to it includes me.
It is easy.
After that you say, I am the basis.
I am the basis because I have to shift my identification from the body and mind to the consciousness. That's why all the japa dhyanam we do is to prepare the mind for that shift. Japa dhyanam is a preparation for that shift that will happen. Because we are so caught up in the mind and body. That's why Sakshi Bhava meditation. Because you're too caught up, see yourself as independent. Those are all preparations. Though we do this after we have come to Vedanta, because before that we have not been exposed. But really speaking, all this is preparations. Yeah. Because I am independent body, mind, etc. Yeah. I am the witnesser of everything. Because we are caught up too much. In fact, if you look at most of our sadhanas, it is to free ourselves from this getting caught up in the body and mind. Hey, I can make the body and mind do what I want. That means what? Body and mind is a tool in my hand. It's an instrument in my hand. All the sadhanas are meant for that. Feeling hungry. Nahi khane wala hai. Fasting. Ekadashi. Ekadashi fasting is not a simple fast, okay? You have dinner the previous night. Then morning you get up. Some liquid water, this, that, etc. is allowed. Nothing more than that. Because you have to hydrate, keep yourself hydrated. So that some liquids are allowed. Yeah, all day you are fasting. Then, when do you break fast? Actually speaking, the next morning with breakfast. That means you have put a 36-hour fast. Without fast food. ये तो साबुदाना खिचड़ी हरी no. Only water allowed. No, I have some health issues, etc., diabetic or this thing. Some fruit allowed. More than that is not fasting. Actually, it has got a scientific basis. It is meant for autophagy. For your own body to eat up all the problematic cells in your body. dead cells, cancerous cells, all that, the body itself starts eating up. If you do it, but that will kick in only if you do a 36-hour fast. Then for a few days you will have that autophagy happening in your body. But for that you need 36-hour fast. So really speaking, only liquids, nothing else. Yeah, that's what it was meant for. Yeah. Autophagy. So every Ekadashi, every 2 weeks you are doing it. For what? Now look at it. That is autophagy, the scientific reason for this. Otherwise it's your mind. Mind is used to food every 6 hours, 4 hours, whatever. No. Yeah, just that. 2, you can dictate terms to the body and mind. Yeah. You're used to certain things. Change that. Yeah, change that. Yeah, go on a yatra. It will be fun to see how many people find the rooms in Coimbatore nice. Rishikesh not bad, no? Rishikesh is okay. Come to Coimbatore. Why? It was made in 1990. Okay. It was completed by September, October 1990. And the architect made one big blunder there.
I booked a small, I wrote single room. So my husband said, why they are not asking for extra money for single room? I called up Swamiji, why they are not asking? No, those rooms are very small. I said, oh my God, I have put myself in trouble now.
Swamiji had wanted.
Tiny, small rooms. But big bathroom you have, okay?
Oh.
By Bombay standards, bathroom is very big. Ask Falguni, she stayed there. Now what happens? The characters were, that guy made a big blunder. He didn't put a plinth under the rooms. You need a plinth to prevent water seepage, etc. The plinth was not done. No proper plinth. So water seepage is there. They have tried to paint up and clean it up and all that thing. They are trying. But bare rooms, simple rooms. Yeah. If you want more tapas than that, go and stay in Kailas Ashram. Those rooms. Well, nice rooms. What is your bed? You know the old fashioned ropes. What do you have? Charpai like that? Beds are like that. You want more tapas? Go and stay in Kailas Ashram below where they give the people who just come as sadhus room to stay. What do you find? Bare room. Room. 4 walls. That's it. We used to consider blessing. Why? अरे यार ठंड से बच जाता है ना. So the breeze across the Ganga, you are safe ना. What is it all this meant for? Fact that you are not the body. You are the mind. Shut up. What you are doing is more important. Chalo. Ignore it. The more sophisticated your life becomes, the more comfort oriented you become. More comfort oriented. Yeah. It's simple. Once you get used to flying, would you like to go by train? Really? Here to Coimbatore by train. You're used to flying. Why? Now look at it. You got comfort oriented. 30 years back you would have gone by train. Happily. Today what's happened? I like traveling by train. Why? No, why? Sleep, eat, read. बस हो गया पूरा. So, the sadhana that you do, all that is meant for body, mind is an instrument. It's not you. That is why, if you have this understanding, you can convert any activity into a sadhana. Na? And to be calm and centered. So, when you're cooking, when you're making a flower arrangement, or witness the whole thing. Witness, you have become the witness in those actions. So any activity becomes a sadhana. Any game like football, etc., Vivekananda said that, no? There's a lot of spirituality in football. Why? Because it develops your will. Body is gasping for breath. Go, run, get that ball, overcome that. It's an instrument. The hammer doesn't say I am tired. You keep banging me, I am in pain. Hammer doesn't say that. Why are you saying that? That's a little bit more difficult form of tapas, sports, martial arts. Punch that log of wood. That block of wood should be scared of your hand. Your hand should not be scared of that. बोलने में अच्छा है. But when you do it, you understand it can be done. What is all that? Really speaking.
So in all this, Swadhyaya has a role.
Swadhyaya definitely has a role because you are keeping in touch with the knowledge. No? What is Swadhyaya? Because you can't attend a class every day. Other days you do Swadhyaya. And when you do Swadhyaya, you start understanding nuances better. All the nuances of the learning you understand. Because the independent thinking is going into it. So all this is meant for that. So experiences ram home this. True. But you can use the same experiences to get free from those experiences. We started from that.
Like
but back to this. That's where the qualities. Okay. Now he says, no, there's a slight difference here. Nanu dehashraya snana achamanam yajnopayuta dharanam adi kriyaya dehi samskaryamano drishtaha. This is where the religious samskaras comes in. Okay? You're going to do a puja. Pehla snan karo. Now you feel you're pure. Further purification, achanam. Govidaya Nama, Keshavaya Nama, Narayana Nama, achanam. Or North India, abhitro, apavitro, pavitro va, sarvata gatosme va. So all that, achamanam you do. Okay? For what is it? All that is dehashraya, body, na? But dehi samskarya. Who is purified? The dehi is purified. Body, you went for a bath and came, body is fine. Na? No, why achamanam after that? Why all this? Yeah. Karanyasa, anganyasa, all there is purification. Further, one more step. Okay? Karanyasa you start. Then anganyasa. All for what? Purification of the dehi. I can. So your own Veda says all this, no? Hey, where did all this come from? Veda says. Okay. He says, no, that is not true. Why? Dehadi samhatasya eva avidya grahatyasya atmanaha samskriyamanatvat. What is being purified is the avidya grihata atmanaha. That atma, jiva, who is under avidya, therefore has taken himself as the body. Therefore you need the samskara. You know, there is one sadhana where they say we don't need all this. You don't need all this. Snanam, this, that, etc. For contemplating on the divine, you don't need all this. For worshipping the divine, they do the other way around. Smashan mein baith ke karo. Hey, you go to a smashana and come, you're supposed to have a bath. Sit down in the smashana and do the kriya. You can't touch a bone unless you're a non-vegetarian, you're eating the bone. Chewing it up. Otherwise you don't. No. Here, you will drink water in a skull. Tantrics, agoris. Ulta, the other way around. Why? Because your attachment to the body and the need for being pure and is so high, break it up the other way around. So both the sadhanas are meant for avidyavan purusha, for the jiva. Both the sadhanas are meant for this, no? Yeah. Both the sadhanas are meant for this guy only, who is avidyavan purusha. Whether you are doing it by ritualistic purification or ritualistic non-purification. This happened, my friend and student Sahayasa, a South Indian friend of Tamra, said, I want to go to Banaras. He says, I am going next week. Ajao. So, he says, can I get some vibhuti from the temple? For South Indians, this vibhuti from temples are very important. Wherever you go, you will find South Indians collecting vibhuti. I mean, most Indians do it, but South Indians are a bit more. Because they were thorough. Because the sense of holiness. So I said, aadmi beach ke leke aata hu. He got it. So in the morning he had a bath and everything like that, and he put this vibhuti. So I said, do you know what that vibhuti is? It is from the Ashwamedha Ghat. Yeah, where they burn human bodies, and that is what is offered. Yeah, and that is what is getting. He went and had a bath again. I'm not joking, this really happened. भगवान का प्रसाद है लगा ना. It's come from Babaji of Kedar, of Banaras. What more blessing can be there than that? Put it on. No. Now why is it put there? No, that is not a tantric temple. Because break all these conditionings. You are in Kala Bhairava Kshetra. This is a place to break all this. Is Moksha Kshetra. You don't come here to Babaji and pray for a child, wealth, child marriage, etc. No, you come here to pray for moksha. Moksha, you pray for that. You will break all those conditions. Because you are conditioned to that. No? The Dehatma Buddhi is so strong. That Dehatma Buddhi itself implies avidyavan purusha. Yeah, Adhyasa is strong in you. So actually speaking, when you come to Vedanta, those type of sadhanas sort of come hona chahiye. More of japa, dhyanam, contemplation, etc. is your sadhana, okay? So don't do too much of channeling your inner Brahmana out. Come karo, okay? Yeah, focus more on this. That's what is necessary. Samjhi me. No, you go to temples and all is fine. Even I go. But don't make a big hoo-ha about it, Everywhere you go, you find half a dozen temples to go to. No, don't do that. No. Yeah. Go to the temple, fine, all right, take care. Yeah. Like I also go. Like before the camp, I'm going to the temple where I was given as Dasa. Because once in a way, you're supposed to pay respects there. Yeah, I go. Yeah. And on the way, my Kula Devi is also there. So once in a way, it's good to do that. That's it. Don't overdo these things. Focus more on the contemplation, on those things. Swadhyaya, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. Focus more. Focus here. Focus on breaking conditioning. Yeah. Focus on whatever behavioral issues you have. Those are the things. Okay, to focus on. Samadama, very important. Titiksha. Bhakti, of course, bhakti should be there. Who says no? But bhakti is different now. Oh, Ishvara, cosmic order. Now what? And all this you do why? All this is samskaryam. Avidya is still there, na? So focus more on the knowledge. Focus more on the knowledge. Okay. Pratyaksha hi snanam achamanadi dehadi samanvedam. Because it's very pratyaksham. Your pratyaksha pramana tells you your snanam, achamanam, etc. is connected with the body, not something else. तथा देहाश्रयाय तं संहितम् एव कश्चित् अविद्यात्मत्वेन परिगृह्यति संस्क्रियति इति युक्तम्. That means what? Because of avidya, I take the body, mind, etc. to be myself. Therefore, when the body and etc. is purified, I feel I am purified. Simple as that. Yeah? You really think you are purified because you had a bath? What about all the toxins inside your system? Do a detox problem, you'll see what all comes out. And can you really purify the deha beyond a point? You can't. You can't. It's not meant to be. Yeah, it's not meant to be. Yeah. So, because of your, as you're taking the body and mind as yourself, you feel I am purified. I don't have the need to be purified. Yeah. Why? Atma is eternally pure. No? Then for vyavahara's sake, you to take care of whatever is necessary for purification, etc. Yeah, that's vyavahara, to take care of that. Yeah. You don't have to necessarily be like the Ghori. If you want to be like the Ghori, be the Ghori. But then don't live in society. Live in some cave, live in some jungle. Live among other Ghoris. Where all the smell of the ashes and this thing and it is normal. Here you are living in a society. Yeah. So you can't be approaching your family with all the ashes all over your body and things like that. Actually, you are meant to. That's why if you notice, the priests who do a puja in a temple, etc., how do they start first here? Then chest, shoulders, arms, stomach. Symbolic. इतना ही करता है हम लोग पूरा बॉडी ऐश लगा ओके शिवो भूत्वा शिवम भजेत that's the idea. Okay, then he says परिगृह्यते संस्कृति उत्तम. All this is out of ignorance only. यथा देहाश्रय चिकित्सा निमित्तेन धातु साम्येन तत्संभूतस्य तदिमानिनः आरोग्यफलम् अहम् आरोगः इति यत्र बुद्धि उपपद्यते. He says, gives an example, traditional example. Okay, deha ashraya chikitsya nimittena. You are not feeling well, lot of health issues etc. are there. You go to your doctor, he examines your pulse. 3 places on your face. And he says, Agni Tattva is a problem. Too much of fire in your this is, or whatever. It's not, all the Pancha Dhatus are not in alignment with you. So that's why you're feeling like this. Then you do some chikitsa. Each system of health has its own paradigms. What works, works. What doesn't work, doesn't work. Okay, take it there. And then all this is unhealthy, it may have lead, etc. And then when you get cancer and you're putting all that chemo in your system, that's very healthy or what? The moment you find a cure for cancer, the first thing that will be criticized universally is chemotherapy. And probably the cure will come from immunology. Probably. Anyway, that apart. But with all this treatment, Dhatu Samyena, everything is in balance now. Aham arogaha. The roga was for the body, treatment is also for the body. Unless you are a homeopath. You say all this is mental. Okay. Thoda point hai maybe. Thoda point hai because mind influences body, body influences mind. Some point, not totally, something. So, by this what happens? You feel aham arogaha. Now I am free from illness. The body was ill, the body is cured. What do you feel? I am free. I am free from all that. That means what? That statement itself shows Deha Sambandha, no? Adhyasa. It can be functional or it can be real. Here you are talking about when the Adhyasa is really there. Yeah. And the Adhyasa is really there. Yeah. Deha Sambandha. That's an example given for Deha Sambandha. Okay. Iti hi buddhya upapaddhati. Evam snana achavana yajñopita dharmadikiyam. All these karmas. Snanam, achamanam, etc. What is that? Aham shuddha samskrita iti yatra buddhi upapaddhati sa samskriyati. Where that buddhi has come, that is the entity that is being purified. That buddhi has not come in the Atma. That buddhi has come for the Jiva. For the one who takes himself to the body and mind. So for that mithya entity called your Jiva or your Ahankara, for that entity is all this. Not for you. Such a dehena sambhata eva, that's connected with the body. Okay. Tene eva aham karta aham pratyaya vishayena pratina sarve kriyaha nivartante. That means what? That's just based on a pratyaya. Aham pratyaya. And what are you? The consciousness from all the pratyayas are gone. So, because there are religious samskaras, he is spending time dismissing you. These samskaras are also not for the Atma. At the maximum, antakarna shuddhi, maximum. Necessary for jnanam. But how much is also the question. You are so busy purifying your mind, you forget what it is meant for. Yeah, that also happens, no? No, I'm purifying the mind. Mind has to be purified. Kitna karega bolo? How much will he keep doing? Yeah. How much will he keep doing? Yeah. Purification, how much will he going to do? Yeah. Because he can keep on doing, no? He can keep on doing. Because you are a human being. Because you are a human being, natural emotions will be there. You have to prevent it from hijacking you. That much you need to do. Raga Dveshas has to come down to preferences. Let us say you have a like for something. I like sweets. Let us say. I like something spicy. Are you going to eliminate the fact you like sweets from your system? You like, yeah. You can prevent yourself from eating sweet or spicy. No, I won't eat it. As a discipline, you can do that. Achha. But even the like should go. You can bring it down to a preference, maximum. I prefer sweet to spicy, or I prefer spicy to sweet. Whatever. That's an example. Similarly, there are everything in the world. Your raga dveshas, can you bring it down to preferences? That's the maximum you can do. You can't do more than that. It's like my friend. He sings very nicely and he loves singing. But then he stopped singing for a few years. Why? People are coming to me only to hear my singing, not to learn from me. I am a Vedanta teacher who sings. I am not a singer who knows Vedanta. He stopped singing for a year. Does that mean he cannot sing after that? His voice may be a bit rusty. वो practice नहीं है ना अभी few years का. But and the love for singing will be there. That won't go. The problem is when you are dependent. When does it become a raga dvesha? When you are dependent on that for your happiness. And Ragadvesha is not only for things. I want my wife to behave like this, I want my husband to behave like this, I want my children to behave like this. That's Ragadvesha. In fact, that's worse Ragadvesha. You better have some Ragadvesha for sweet or spicy. That's easier to manage. Yeah. But Swamiji, there's something like right and wrong. No? Are you talking in terms of dharma? Or are you talking of personal right and wrong? If you're talking of dharma, then you have to give the other person the freedom of choice. That's the base for dharma. Without that, dharma doesn't exist. But Swamiji, they are making a mistake. How many mistakes have you made in life before you became wise?
Trying to be a control freak.
Beg your pardon?
So trying to be a control freak.
Exactly. That is a bigger Ragadvesha than other things. Yeah. Yeah. And in today's world, if you look at the social media, control freaks, the government should do like that. When you stand for election and become the government, then you have to talk. You don't even vote. Then what right you have to talk? Voting पे नहीं करते तो what right you have to talk? Everyone knows how to run the government, how to run the country. They can't run their families properly, but they have to run the country. क्या नाटकबाजी है? Homes they can't run. So on this, so even when you're talking of antakarna shuddhi, understand where the problems are. Okay. Antakarna shuddhi is just that much antakarna shuddhi, nothing else. Okay, it's not meant for the atma. Tena eva aham kuta aham kute. Tat phalam cha sa eva ashnati. Now this is indicated by this statement. Tayoho anya pipalam swadvati anashnan abhichakti. Mundaka Upanishad, the two birds, Vasuparno, Sahaja Sakhaya, same tree, same branch, there are two birds, both golden hued. One is going about eating all the fruits, karma phalam, ahankara, the jiva. Other, the atma, what? Anashnan abhichakashing, without eating, just witnessing the whole thing. Now, because there's an example like that, there's an illusion of duality there, okay? Yeah. Illusion of duality, because you are trying to represent something with an example. So this type of dualities will exist. You remember that famous film Guide? Devananda.
Yes,
Devananda. The Atma and Atma dialogue.
Yes.
Yeah. Trying to represent. Atma is not something who is going to talk anything. Yeah, Atma is witness you talking. Yeah. Right now I am talking, witnessing my talking also. Isn't witnessing a fact? Yeah. Abhichakashiti. That means what? I can't do, can't receive. Karta bhokta I am not. Itri mantavatma Atme Indriya Mano Yuktam Bhokta Ahu Marishina. Only one who takes himself to be connected with body, mind, etc. is considered Bhokta. If you understand Atma Abhokta, why? Not connected with the body and mind. Then where is Kartrutvam, Bhoktrutvam? No, is focusing on Bhoktrutvam. Why? Samskaram is Bhoktrutvam. No? Samskara means you are receiving the action of being purified. Vaishnava. Eko Devaha Sarvabhuteshu Gudaha. Eko Devaha. One reality. Sarvabhuteshu Gudaha. Hidden in every being. Hidden in every being. Sarva Vyapi. Sarva Bhutantaratma. Sarva Vyapi. Manifest the Sarva Bhutantaratma. One Eko hai Deva. One, not many. Manifest in every being. Okay. Karma Diksha Sarva Bhutadivasaha Shakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunascha. Sarva Bhutadivesh Karma Diksha, the one who wields all karma, Ishvara. Sarva Bhutadivasaha, the abode of all human beings. This is manifest, Ishvara. Then what is he really? Sakshi Cheta Kevalo Nirgunascha. Sakshi. Cheta, consciousness. Kevala, all alone by itself. There is nothing other than it. Nirgunascha, free from all guna. Therefore, what samskara phalam are you talking about? Okay. Saparyakshukam akayam avarna manasviram shuddham apapa vidhyam isavasya. Akayam mashari, negating all the body, mind, etc. And shuddham apapa vidhyam. Shuddham, free from all your papa, guilt, hurt, pain, everything. All emotional thing also. Yeah. I'm guilty of something. Revade. What guilt? Make amends. Guilt and amends are for whom? Avidyavan Purushaha. Which is good. Don't do that. Okay. I've hurt, etc. Let go. Good. For whom? The one who takes his head. Mind. What are you? Free from hurt, free from pain, free from guilt, free from everything. Why am I picking up guilt and pain? Because everyone suffers a little bit of all that. So many things I should have done, I didn't do. Or I should not have done that, I did. That is always there in human beings. And what others did to me, painful, betrayal. Kya betrayal? Idiot he was. Idiotic behavior from an idiot. Kya betrayal? I am not saying, oh, be noble, be forgiving. Let go, yaar. Idiot bunker. Free yourself from it. Yeah. You don't have to be a martyr. You have to free yourself from it, okay? Yeah. Oh. Would I forgive? Who are you to forgive him? That is, you are taking a superior moral stand. That's counterproductive for knowledge, okay? Because you feel I am superior to that guy because I forgave him. Foolishness. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Etro mantra varnadiyate atishayam nitya shuddham cha brahmana darshati. Therefore, nitya shuddhatvam brahmana darshati. Atma Brahman is nitya shuddha. That's what is highlighted in all of this. And Brahma bhavascha moksha. Being Brahman itself is moksha. Yeah. As in Saddarshanam, our Ramana says, how do you think of it? To think of it is to be it. Thinking is being here, he says. Okay. Okay. Tasmat na samskaryo moksha. Therefore, moksha is not samskaryam. Ataha anyan mokshan pratikriya anupravesha dwaram na shakyam kenashid darshitam. Therefore, the anupravesham of karma into moksha na kenashid, by any means, by any person, can it be shown. Karmana na moksha. Iti siddham. Don't worry. After Brahma Sutras, which will take a month or two, you will see Naishkarmi Siddhi, where this is really played up very nicely by Shankara's student Sureshwara Acharya. Okay. Tasmat jnanam ekam uktva kriyayaha gandhamatrasya anupraveshaya na upupatti. Forget karma. Even the smell of karma is not there for moksha.
Why so extreme they want to be?
Strong stance, of course. And you have to take that strong stand. The moment you, but some sadhana is necessary, na? The moment you say that, karma orientation has not dropped you. Karma orientation in life is very good. Please have it. Okay. But for moksha, not jnanamayeva. That's why very little sadhana is given for a Vedanta student. What sadhanas do we give? Karma yoga, yes, that's lifestyle. Other than some japa, some dhyanam, etc., etc. Okay, light the lamp, do something. Just to increase that bhakti so that you can be a better karma yogi. Itna hai na? That's it. Too much of sadhana. Mantra ka purusharan karo. Yeah, some people, very few need it. Very few need it. That is again because idhar ka gadbad hai. That has to be taken. The main problem is avidya, jnanam. That's it. Main sadhana is just jnanam. Because avidya is the problem, knowledge is the answer.
So, sir, sthita pragya is also a sadhana.
No, Sthita Prajna is one who has already achieved it. No? That's why it's called Sthita Prajna. In fact, that's why I don't use the word sadhaka. Because in somewhere psychologically you think I should do this, I should do that, I should do that. Too much mat karo. Little bit, depending upon what your mind requires. Maybe it's japa. Maybe your bhakti is little lacking, so thoda puja sab karo. Maybe emotional opening up has not happened. Listen to some music. Yeah. For that emotional opening up to happen. By the way, next Friday there is a nice musical concert, okay? At Royal Opera House by the Aim for Seva people. They are organizing it. Surya Gayatri is singing. She's good. You'll enjoy her bhajan. She sings a nice peppy style she has. Okay. Young girl. You'll find lot of her videos when she was a kid on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube I listen to her.
But that is
She's
when she was a
very
kid, 8 year, 9 year. Now she's about 18, 19. She's in her late teens, 18, 19. I met her in Rishikesh last time. She had come there. Nice kid. Sings well. Devotion is there. And things like that. So, opening up. If that works for you. Yeah, what works? For me, music doesn't work. Seva works. That's me. Oh, each person is different. Yeah, you need. So you force me to go and sing sit in a bhajan. You think my antakarna shuddhi would have taken time at that time? I would have developed irritation, not antakarna shuddhi, when I was a sadhaka. Yeah. Something, anything to be done. Yeah, I do. Dance. I'll do it. That was for me. Each person is different. Yeah, each person is different. This person, all heart, wants to listen to music. Yeah, go do this. Karne ka hai kya? Some seva is good, okay? Like some bhakti, some music is good. That much is fine. Half an hour. Okay. So similarly for this guy, some seva, not too much. Okay. Always feeling of entitlement will come, just to prevent that. Yeah.
So Swamiji, there's this Karma Yoga and the Pancha Mahayajna. Was that something more classical for the Varnashrama Vyavastha?
For a Grahastha.
Today it is
adapted. Yeah, it is different because that Vedic lifestyle is gone.
Yeah.
Nobody lives a Vedic lifestyle. So the Pancha Mahayajna was good for a Vedic lifestyle. So that way, that was good as part of Karma Yoga.
Right.
Now, attitude-wise, you can have the same thing.
Okay.
Respect for the environment, etc. Acknowledging our ancestors, Pitrayajna, etc. So in some way honoring them. Yeah. That's why Kuladeva worship is good because it's honoring your ancestors as well.
Yes.
So, see, culture and traditions are something that keeps being modified all the time.
Yes.
It's a growing thing. It's a life thing. So spirit is maintained, forms keep being modified. And that's healthy, otherwise it will stagnate. Yeah. So, like that. So, at a good place we are stopping. Think about it. I'll see you all in class after two weeks. Okay? Yeah. Om Tat Sat. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself.